Hello, hello. Hi. Okay, let's just wait a few minutes for more people. Hi. Let's make sure you guys can hear me. Morning, happy Friday. Thanks for joining. All right. Morning. All right, let's get started. So I have a quick flow prepared. It will just be really gentle movement. I said 5 minutes, might go a little longer. I don't know if you guys can hear the music. Hope it's not too loud or anyway. So we'll do some strengthening poses, hold the plank, but nothing too strenuous, but see how you feel. I'm here to guide you, but it's really about you and how you feel this morning. All right. All right, so let's get started in a comfortable seated position. You can grab a block or sit on a pillow, really whatever works for you. First, I really want us to connect to our breaths. So I'm just gonna put in the time. All right. So I'm sitting in Vajrasana, so put your knees bent just on your shins, on your heels, your shins down. Close your eyes and let's just arrive here. Depending on where you are, it could be early morning for you, like for me, or, it could be evening. You may place your hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and just first noticing how you feel. Feel your heartbeat, feel your breathing. Notice how you feel mentally, physically. Leave it all behind. Leave behind that to-do list, that email, whatever you think you need to do after this, and let's stay right here, just slowing down exhalations and inhalations, becoming more aware of your breaths. Now we'll do this Ujjayi breathing exercise. So blink your eyes open. If you're not familiar, let's practice this one together. So inhale to the top of your lungs. Really fill up your chest. And sip in a little more, and now exhaling as if you're restricting the muscles of your throat a little bit. Hold your right hand in front of your face as if you're fogging a mirror. See how that feels, and do it one more time. Deep in breath. Now try that with your hand down. Maybe your eyes closed and your mouth closed. Slow, normal inhale. And restricted exhale. Now try to restrict your inhale as well. It's a little bit more difficult, but try. And there's no wrong way to do it. So blink your eyes open. Today, as we are moving through these short movements, try to focus on your breathing and inhale as you move or exhale as you move, making this a moving meditation. So I'll meet you in a tabletop position, hands and knees, just warming up into your spine. You can move your hips a little bit, your shoulders, and keep your toes tucked under. Inhale to push your chest forward, maybe even looking up, sit bones up. Exhale, really round, chin to chest. Once more, inhale. Exhale to round. You may even open your mouth on these exhales. One more time, inhale and exhale. Now keep rounded. Your toes are tucked under, and lift your knees off the floor. This will fire up your core. So keep this still. And now let's do those cat-cows with your knees off the floor. Inhale, push your chest through, exhale, round. Knees stay off the floor. We're gonna do this 2 more times. Remember to breathe and push down with your hands. It is challenging, but immediately you feel awake. Knees down, feet together, knees wide, child's pose. Inhale to look forward and walk your hands to the right off your mat. Keep your hips on your heels. Just feeling a nice deep stretch. Hopefully it's nice on your left side of your body. Inhale back to center, and on an exhale, walk your hands to the left. Now stretching into the right side. And back to your hands and knees. Toes tucked under. Inhale, another cow, and exhale, knees off the floor. You don't have to round, keep this nice and steady and pretty neutral. And take one more in breath, and on the exhale, roll your hips up and back into downward facing dog. You may need to walk your hands a little bit further. And this is your first down dog, so make it fluid. Bend one knee, bend another knee. Maybe your heels are off the floor, maybe your feet are a little wide. It's really your practice. So see what feels good for you. And this is your first down dog. It doesn't have to be perfect in any way. Inhale and exhale. On the next in-breath, slowly roll, look forward and roll yourself into a plank pose. You may have to step your feet a little further down. If you have a shorter dog, that's okay. Now here on this plank, we're gonna hold it for 10 breaths. So make sure you're really pushing down with your hands and your fingers are nice and wide. They're grabbing your mat. Shoulder blades are open. Collarbones are open, but shoulder blades are nice and protracted, almost rounded. And your belly is in and up, squeezing your glutes. It's a high plank, so your pelvis is higher. Imagine if you're holding something in between your thighs and really squeeze them together. I think we're halfway through. So for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll yourself up and back, downward facing dog. This one holds still, and I know your hands must be tired and your heart rate is going up, but slow down your breathing. Learn to meet these challenges and control how you react to them. This really prepares you to face any challenges you have during the day. On the next in-breath, we're roll yourself again into plank pose. Pronounce protraction of your shoulders, so round your spine. I know I'm asking a lot of your upper body, but we're almost done and it's a 5 minutes practice. Draw your right knee to chest for 3, 2, 1. Step back, left knee to chest for 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog, and slowly walk your hands to your feet. You deserve this break. Your feet are nice and wide. Bend your knees, grab the opposite elbows, relax your head. And if at any point your planks didn't look like mine or you had to put your knees down, again, don't beat yourself up. You're doing great for just showing up today. or if you're watching a recording later, you're also doing great. Slowly roll yourself up to standing and make yourself to the front of the mat. We're gonna do a little bit of more strengthening for your legs, stretch the legs, and that's it. So feet are nice and wide, almost as wide as the mat. Heels in, toes out. Clasp your hands in front of your chest. Really open up through your shoulders. Think about drawing your core in, squeezing your glutes, while remembering that Ujjayi breath we covered in the beginning. So inhale and slow. Exhale, look down at your feet. Consider lifting your toes. I know it may sound weird, but if you lift all 10 of your toes and spread them wide, you will feel the muscles of your legs really firing up. So even the standing already feels like you're strengthening. So if you can, keep your toes up or place them down, doesn't matter. Take an in breath and slowly lower into squat. Again, see how you feel. It doesn't have to be too low. All I want you to move slowly, feeling each muscle, really squeezing your glutes. And on an in breath, bring yourself up to standing. 4 more. You can do it. Exhale low. Move slowly with a pause, the end of the movement and the up of the movement. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hold this one a little longer and placing your fingertips between your legs, stepping the left foot back. Scoot your left knee as far as you can, getting really nice and low in your hips. Bring yourself up into the slow lunge. Untuck your back toes. Inhale to reach up, getting nice and high. Maybe look up, maybe your hands come together, maybe not. It's your practice. And exhale, left hand down, right arm reaches. Holding these for a few rounds of breath and try to slow down your breath cycles. If you feel like you need a deeper stretch in your left hip flexors, bend your left leg and grab your left foot with your right hand. Just make sure you're opening through the right shoulder, so instead of being all hunched over, just to grab it, open up. And if you can't grab it, that's okay. It's there, and one day you will. And bring your fingertips to the front of the mat. Look forward. Inhale, step forward, back to your squat. Rise all the way up. One more side. Maybe move a little bit, arrive again. Side out. Inhale and exhale, lower down into squat. Hold. Rise up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. 2 more at your own pace with your own breath. The last one we hold maybe for 10, 9, I know it's painful, 8, squeeze your glutes, 7, come back to those slow breaths, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How slowly can you place your fingertips down and slowly step your right foot back. Left knee to floor, scoot it back. Get nice and deep in your hips. And your knees are your feet are wide, that's okay. You'll actually get more space to stretch. Hands on your knee. Inhale to reach. And exhale, right hand down, left arm raises. Maybe twist more, opening your chest to the ceiling. Taking a few breaths here, maybe grabbing that back foot, maybe not. Maybe you did it on the other side, but you can't on this side. It's okay. And now, both hands down, bring this left knee to the floor, feet together, knees wide, child's pose. Walk your hands as far forward as you can. Feel a nice stretch in your side body, in your back. Inhale to look forward and roll yourself up to seated. Close your eyes. Nice audible exhale out. Notice how you feel right now. Hopefully a little bit more calm and more open compared to, I think this was almost 15 minutes, so almost 15 minutes ago. And try to keep this feeling of calm and openness throughout your day. Remember, as you're facing the challenge, just like when you were holding that plank and that squat, you can always focus on your breath and calm your mind. The breath is always there. Last one, deepest inhale you can. Side out, tongue out, lion's breath. Feel the relaxation effect of the breathing. I'll stop talking. I feel like I'm just rambling. So I said I'll do a quick question answer in the end. So if you want to stay for chit chat, you can. If you have the time, I have a few minutes. So yeah, I got some questions. I made myself some tea, by the way. I still drink coffee, but tea is just, as it gets colder, I just like the idea of making my own tea. It's very relaxing to just, watch it. That's why I like the glass teapot. Oh, sure, thank you, you're welcome. So one of the questions I got was, when is the best time to do yoga? If you have like 10, 15 minutes. And really, it's any time is good. My favorite time, and I don't do it, but I wish I could every morning, just to start my day with yoga, even if it's short. It makes your entire day go differently, doesn't it? So I think like first thing in the morning is amazing. I choose sleep, so I'm not as like strong willpower early morning person. If I was, I think like if I could like wake up at 6 in the morning and do it before any craziness starts, I would love to do that. But doesn't actually rarely happens for me that I start my day. So early morning is great. It's great to do it like during the day as a break. It could be more hectic because, you get distracted. And another time, which is actually what I do most of the time, is before bedtime. And it's not as common, and the concerns I hear is that people are just, if you exercise before bedtime, then you're not sleeping well. So that's what makes yoga different, right? It's not your typical workout. You can have a 5-minute restorative session where you just like sit in an easy pose, do some hip stretches, focusing on pranayama, on breathing, and forward folds, and you will actually get a better sleep if you do that. And what I notice if I do yoga like right before bed or like a few hours before bedtime, you wake up different. Your body is not as stiff in the morning, and you do get more calm. But make sure if you do it late at night that you are doing restorative. So don't do some like power vinyasa like half an hour before you go to bed. No, you will not sleep well. But if you do yin yoga, restorative, hold like nice deep folds, focus on breathing, you will feel more relaxed. Of course, thanks for joining. Another question I got: yoga or weightlifting to get into shape? This is an interesting one because I like both, and I guess how do I approach this? So it depends on your goals. If you're looking to build muscles and get a little bit more toned, I'm not saying you cannot do with yoga. You can, but if you're just looking like to get more fit, to get like certain look, if you will, weightlifting is definitely a very efficient way to do it. And you can do both. Like I said, I like lifting weights. I do yoga. The way I think about yoga is a lot more than just exercise. And I got into it more for the exercise aspect of it. So I like the very strong power vinyasa type of practice. But don't rob yourself off the breathing portion of it, because that's the part of yoga that will actually balance your nervous system. As you are focusing more on yoga session as a moving meditation, you're learning how to, different types of breathe practices. You will transform in a lot more meaningful way than just like getting into shape. And as I said, yoga can look differently. It doesn't have to be a handstand. You can do a yin yoga before bed, and it's still yoga. So, and because of this link into breath, and there's just so much more to it, it's the entire lifestyle. If you get deep, if you get really deep, and you don't have to again, but. So to answer your question, to get into shape, lifting weights is wonderful, but when you're looking for that deeper practice and you're looking to balance yourself out, to become, less reactive, more aware of your emotions, of your, how you deal with stress, then yoga is definitely, I think everyone should do a little bit of yoga. Another question I can think of. Oh, someone wrote, I'm too impatient for yoga. And that's okay. And maybe you're not there yet. It's, again, not for everyone and not for every moment of your life. Maybe where you are right now, maybe you don't need that. But what I noticed, and I mean, it's true for me, and I think it's true for maybe true for you too, something that we avoid may be the exact thing that you need. For instance, I was always very, I was not interested in the breathing aspect of practice. I was more into I noticed that I could become a lot stronger, and I was more aware of, little deep muscles, and I was holding planks longer. So I loved that aspect of physical asana practice, and all of the breath stuff really just bored me. But that's what my mind actually needed the most. When I started paying more attention to it, when I started practicing it more, I find the benefit to be a lot bigger than from any physical practice that I've ever experienced. So if it's something that you've avoided, maybe give it a shot. Don't force yourself into anything, obviously, but give it a shot. What else? Anyone else has any questions? Oh, this is the question. I didn't get into this in this round, but That's the question I get a lot. Like, how do you start? And I wrote a post, I keep answering, but I hope it'll help some of you. So just start. The bottom line is just start. It doesn't matter how you look, how fit you are, because you can really find a yoga type that works for you. And I encourage you to go in person, because online practice is great and it makes it a lot more comfortable. And not all of us are comfortable to be in the studio, and we feel like, oh, these are all like super yogis and I can't do this. Forget about how everyone else looks and really focus on yourself and most yoga teachers are so kind and they will encourage you wherever you are. Especially if they see you just starting out. So, try different studios. They usually have specials for new students. Attend as many classes as possible during those a week or 2 weeks of special that you get, and see what works best for you. And if you're more comfortable at home, you know what? There's so many YouTube flows right now, so many online practices, and what I like about them is you can find like really short practice that can fit into your day. Like the reason I did this flow, it went longer than 5 minutes, but really you don't need a lot of time, and you can really start with just 5 minutes. Do a little bit of strengthening just to feel your muscles fire up, and lots of stretching, and most importantly thinking about how you breathe, being aware of your breaths, and making it more as just another exercise that you do. So I don't think I have any more questions, but if if you're thinking of any questions that you may be afraid to type in right now, or something comes to you later, you can always reach out to me. I will save this recording, I'll post it, so you can comment, you can send me a DM, whatever works. So thank you so much for being with me this morning, for letting me guide you, for listening to my chit chat, and I'll see you again soon. Have a great weekend, everyone. Oh, thank you. It was great having you. Bye. Love you all.